Despite depression being all too common, everyone's experience is different. I sat down with two college students to learn what depression is like for them.
I have been diagnosed with anxiety and depression. Currently, I'm also looking to an ADHD diagnosis and an autism diagnosis, so autism spectrum diagnosis.
I have an official uh, documentation diagnosis for depression. However, I don't have anything saying that I have anxiety, but I do struggle with a lot of anxious thoughts a lot of the time. So only the depression is official.
It would just kind of feel like things stopped, and I will be working on a project one day and be so excited for it, and the next day I don't find it to be interesting. So it's more of like a disinterest and a stopping motion of everything that's going on in my life, and especially my interest. I don't think there's a future. I stopped. I don't think that, oh my God, nobody's ever gonna hire me. Nobody wants somebody who can't get out of bed, who can't brush their teeth, who can't do their hair. I just feel like unlovable in the moment and unhireable and just not a good student or a good person, even though none of those things are true. I just feel like it stands still.
I mean, first it's the sleeping. So if I had something planned, I'm sleeping through it. I don't want to do that. If I check my phone, maybe I'll see there's 4 messages, maybe there aren't any. And even if there's anything, I don't want to look at it. I don't want to interact with people. And then it's just a lot of negative self-talk. I mean, I'm constantly down talking myself, and I put a lot of focus on my weight because that's a really big trigger for me, because I've gained a lot of weight in the past couple years, and I'm not happy with that, and I'm not happy with the way it happened, and so my depression really feeds on that and tries to manifest in that way, except then I self-soothe with food, and it ends up in this cycle.
I will just lay in bed all day. I'll try to look at the recordings from my classes, but typically I'll just stay in bed all day watching TikTok, not really enjoying doing things, maybe not even eating, or eat really late into the day, maybe around midnight. And then I won't drink water, and just kind of what you would typically associate with depression, but also on some bad days, I am able to go to class and go to my work and partake in daily activities, just on the very low end of activity, I would say. I think just basic hygiene. Last week, I wore the same set of clothes for 4 separate days. So that's things I have not been doing. So eating, attending class, sleeping properly, no matter how late I'll go to sleep, I'll still wake up around 8 a.m.
Everything gets broken up into a lot of little steps. There's the step to get out of bed. There's the step to take your medication. There's the step to turn on the shower. There's the step to make sure you brushed your hair before going in the shower. There's the step to make sure you locked your door. Whereas on really good days, it's just, okay, turn on the shower, take the shower, exit. Whereas when I'm depressed, it's every little thing in between. Everything is a monumental task.
Previously, when I was actively attending therapy, my therapist gave me a tool. She was like, Lacey, you can personify your depression, anxiety, and your mental illnesses into basically a toddler, and then you can just be like, no, not right now, you can't do this right now, or treat it like a very young child, pretty much. Not right now, I need to get this done first, and then we can do X, Y, and Z. A lot of people are why can't you just get over it? Or, I got over my depression, why can't you? Or I went through X, Y, and Z, and I came out perfectly fine. I think that a lot of people, even if they've been in this situation, since they've already gone through it and been able to reflect on it, they don't remember it as bad as it is. And then when they're facing somebody who's experiencing this and they're not currently experiencing it, depending on how far removed they are from it, they just will not be patient about it. I think The best thing that like I would personally want to hear, maybe not a lot of other people would want to hear, is just take your time. Like, I know I rushed myself out of my depressive episodes. They maybe need somebody to just be like, hey, you don't have to do a million things at once. You don't have to rush yourself out of, being depressed or like struggles, because everybody moves at their own pace.
If you or a loved one is in distress, call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline, 1-800-273-8255. More resources are linked in the description of this video.